주세요. 빼고 주세요. 예쁜 여자와 담배 피고 차 마실 땐 메뉴판이 복잡해서 못 고를 땐 사글세 내고 돈 없을 때 밥 대신에
Hi guys, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste. You are watching MKJTV. Boop, pound it up. I got that from Kev on Stage. I saw him earlier today. He's hilarious. If you guys have not checked him out, you should. Kev on Stage is pretty funny. Okay, so why am I standing up right now? For several reasons. One, I had a viewer say, Avery, I've only seen you boob up. Like, I've never seen your whole outfit. I could have sworn I've taped videos standing up, but maybe not, whatever. So anyway, yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to either tape this one standing up, which probably not after I take that back. I'm changing my mind as I'm talking to you guys. So what I am going to do is I'm going to back up so she can see my whole outfit because she said I never show her my outfit. So I got on like, I don't know if you guys can see because I'm on this iPhone and I haven't figured out how to zoom yet. But I'm rocking skinny jeans. Can you guys see? I'm rocking skinny jeans and wait, this might be easier. Wait, can you guys see these loafers? So these are my spiked. Okay, you can't see them. These are my spiked loafers. I love these. I got these downtown for like. I'm lying. I got these off Base for like $30. But anyway, it's the best buy ever. I love them. I can cram them in my purse or whatever. But today I decided to wear them with my outfit. So, yeah. So this is my outfit. This is what I wore to school. And we can kind of sort of wear whatever, actually. But I just like to dress up because my kids don't really get a chance to see, like, black people. So I want their first encounter with black people. I want them to remember, okay, they weren't, you know, all stereotypical, you know. So, and this is just me anyway. I'm a comfortable, dressed, nice, casual to really, really well dressed. So anyway, thank you for writing in and asking me to see my outfit because they never see my whole outfit just boob up. So what you guys normally see is this counter, and it does kind of stop right there, huh? So it's a little hard to see. Anyway, we're 2 minutes into the video, and people always talk about me rambling, so let me hop right in. All right, so, So, I got a question from Estamero, hi boo, and she wanted to know about church hurt and what I felt about church hurt. That is a big monster of a topic, and I feel like the first video I made was just me talking about church hurt I went through, which is okay. And I think it was therapeutic me saying those things out loud because I've never like said them like all together as a string of events. I normally like pick out bits and pieces when I'm talking to people as is relevant. But I first of all, never, ever, 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 ever want any awesome things that God's allowed me to go through to be tainted because someone feels offended or their opinion was the situation went down differently or whatever have you. So I definitely don't want to, you know, taint the experience itself and take away from God. And I surely do not want to start a he said, she said with anyone. And I don't want to throw anyone under the bus because that's how I got church hurt, was being thrown under the bus. So I don't want to throw anybody else under the bus. So I decided to skip all of my personal experience and I decided to just go for it and let you guys hear what I have to say about church hurt. So her question was, do I believe in church hurt? And what should someone do if they're in a church hurt situation? Okay, first of all, let me just clarify and play a little dictionary. I feel like I'm far away from you guys. I don't know if you can see me or not, but, ooh, okay. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? Okay, so, yeah. I absolutely do believe there's such thing as church hurt. And let me play Webster for a second. Church hurt is black folks terminology. I'm sure white people probably would say it too, or they have a different colloquium for it. Maybe something like disenfranchised. I don't know. But I know when we say church hurt, it usually means that like somewhere along the line, your feelings got hurt by someone in church who you did not expect that to happen from. And you either didn't get the validation, you didn't get the responsible apology, you didn't get any accountability, on from the other people who hurt you. And so a lot of times people, when they are church hurt, they end up leaving the church and kind of just like, I'm doing my own thing. I don't want to deal with God, whatever, because it sucks. So that's kind of the general gist of church hurt. Now, my personal opinion about it. Again, as I said, I do believe it's real because I think that everyone is entitled to feel how they feel about how they feeling. Like, who am I to tell you you don't have the right to be angry? You don't have the right to be hurt. You don't have the right to feel some kind of way about how someone treated you. That's not my place to say that. So for sure, if you feel church hurt, then that's a legitimate feeling. I actually was at a meeting once, and a pastor was like, you know, there's no such thing as church hurt. Church hurt doesn't exist. It's something that, it's an excuse not to go after God. And I was just like, I don't know if I would agree with that, sir. I hear you, but I don't know if I agree. Because I know when I was church hurt and I left the church, it had nothing to do with me leaving God. It had everything to do with me having my feelings hurt. And I felt like at that time, like, true story, y'all not the only ones on your way to heaven, and y'all not the only ones that God is speaking to. So I can find somewhere where I don't have to go through World War III in order to get the word of God for my life to be fly. Like, I feel like I don't have to do that. So I left because I was growing up. I was like, deuce my goose. But the Lord had me go back to that church. It didn't feel good, and the people did not change. Like, I changed in the situation. My perspective changed. How I allowed people to affect me changed. And God was like, I need you to grow, boo. I got stuff for you to do. And the stuff that you're going to get out of this situation, you would not get any other way. So I need you to go to this situation, stay in this situation until I release you. Because when I release you, you're going to be fly and ready to go on to the next level. Bump them. It's not about them. I'm dealing with them on their level where they at, but I want to deal with you too. So, I think that if you find yourself in a situation where you've been hurt, and trust me, again, I'm not going to go through my whole like life of church hurt, but I can tell you, I've had church hurt from men in church where they were not the men that they were portraying to be, and they certainly were not the men that everybody else was telling me that they were. And then after the fact, everybody like, oh, well, you should have known. What? You could have told me that this Negro is a hoe bag. Like, you could have told me that. I could have skipped that whole extraness. So I've had that kind of church hurt. I've had church hurt where people seemingly were for me, but really they were trying to get all they could get. And then when I had nothing else to give, they, peaced out. That hurts. That really, really hurts because I love hard. So when I love hard, that means I hurt hard. So that didn't feel too good. Let's see. I've had church hurt cliques where I was in the clique as long as we were all on the same page, but as God started to do different things with me and elevate me, and elevate them too, just me in a different way. Like, it just wasn't in the same avenue. Like, it was like an issue. It's like, I'm not going to dumb down or water down what God is doing for me because you not on your P's and Q's. No, let's go together. How about you get it together and we can go together? But that wasn't well received at all. So, yeah, I've had that church hurt as well. I've also had church hurt where I thought that, again, people were for me. Boop, boop. I had invested time, money, energy, whatever, of my own accord, and I would do it again because I feel like that is a part of being a believer. So I didn't feel hustled at all. But I did feel pimped out after the fact. Like, once God had sent me on to somewhere else, just because I had moved, like, location-wise, I no longer could attend the church because of location, nothing else other than that. But when God released me to go, like, these people who love me so good, I'm your spiritual father, and toting me around to different places or whatever, would go, Abe, you really weren't in my corner at all because I haven't heard from you. To this day. I haven't heard cat, rat, sat, thank you, is your mama alive? Like, nothing. I haven't heard anything. And so that hurts because that tells me I was never that important to you to begin with. Or you could drop a line. Like, it's not going to kill you to drop a line. So, yeah, I've had the gamut of church hurt. So what do you do when you're in a situation? So I said all that to validate what I'm about to say to whoever's listening, and specifically to S.Meryl. And I hope things are getting better for you. First and foremost, cliques are the devil. like, you just the devil. Please, ma'am, please, sir, have several seats. Like, if you are in a clique, if you feel like you only matter when you're in a group, if you feel like group think is the way to go, then those aren't people you need around. You need people who can think independently, move independently, be an individual, because what's going to happen is they're going to push you to be the best individual you can be, and you're going to push them to be the best individual they can be. But if they're in a clique and doing group think, then they can only move as a unit. But what happens when someone's not on the same level? So the whole unit's going to sit back and chill? Boop, that's exactly what happens. And that's not healthy. That's not a good look. Like, God never instructed us to, yes, we do look out for each other. And iron does sharpen iron. But if the iron is not sharpening, that doesn't mean the other iron should just sit down and wait for somebody else to come and sharpen them. Like, no. I need to move, and I want you to be happy that I'm moving. And I want you to push me onto the things of God, and I'll push you too. So, first of all, I don't do cliques. I don't think they're good. I've never seen anything good come out of cliquish people. And I have heard people give that excuse, oh, well, these are just the people that God has assigned for my life, and, we're just on the same page, so we gel. You know what? Have several seats as well. Have a stadium of seats, because that in and of itself is an excuse. Like, who says that? These are the people God has ordained me to be around. Really? You like that? You need your own entourage? You're too good to be around everybody else? Really? God told you that? Ooh, God talking strong to you. You better get it. So I don't subscribe to that at all. I think you should be around whoever you want to be around, whenever you want. If I happen to be around a specific group of people, that's cool. But trust and believe me, at any point in time, I will be over here talking to this person. I'll be over there talking to that person. I'll grab so-and-so. Hey, let's go to the mall, girl. We going to the mall. Let's go to the mall. I'm that person. And it could be me. Maybe that's just my personality. But I just don't feel like it feels good to be left out. So if you are consciously making an effort to leave other people out because the Lord told you, you need to recheck that. Did he really say that? Who's saying that? Who told you that? So, yeah, I don't believe in cliques. I think that is just a setup for something dangerous. I also think that if you find yourself in a situation where you're hurt, and this is not just for church people. This is just across the board in life. You have got to be true to your own integrity, and you have got to speak up and say something. Be respectful about it. Obviously, I'm not telling you to go cause drama, because honestly, the past 7 years of my life have been total drama free. And I'm just like, why haven't I been living like this the whole time? What in the world was I doing? Wasting time with foolery and fools. That's what I was doing. But anyway, yeah, I feel like you have got to just verbally say, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, sir, I don't know if this is how you meant for this to come across. But what I felt, this is where you use your I statement. I felt that when you said X, Y, and Z, you were saying that I blah, 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 blah. You have got to articulate that. Why? Not because you want that person to change, because you can just hang that up, because people going to be people whether you like it or not. But if you articulate that, first, it's good for you to say it out loud. You can take ownership for your feelings, and you're not putting it on them, and you're not blaming them. You're saying how you felt. 2, you're giving them a chance to be clear with you and say, oh, no, that's not what I meant. That's not how I wanted that to come across. 3, hurt people if they aren't healed. Plain and simple. So it's like you're burning the candle from both ends. You know what I mean? You got somebody who's hurt, who's in turn going to hurt somebody because they're hurt. Then you got this other person with full ammunition ready to hurt somebody else because nobody told them, hey, those bullets hurt. You're shooting me. You are verbally shooting acid at me. And that doesn't feel good. They're going to continue to burn people's face off because nobody's told them, hey, your words are lethal. Your words are out of control. So now, will that person change or not? That's on them. But at least it has been said, this type of behavior is not okay. And this type of behavior is hurtful. So I think that you, again, have to be true to your own self-integrity. You have to say out loud how you feel. And you have to let that person know. Now, as I said, sometimes you could just be doing it to say the benediction. Like, I just want you to know, this is why I'm no longer attending this church. This is how I felt. Maybe it's me, whatever, but me and the Lord, we're going to go somewhere else and work that out. Because I can love and pray for you from a distance. So, or that person might say, wow, I really didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you verbalize how you feel, you're opening yourself up for any possibility. And especially if you're doing it in love and you're doing it with a peace and God has already addressed that issue, then regardless of what they say, you're going to be able to flow either way. Like, wow, okay, so you do really hate me. That's what's up. And that's fine. I just wanted you to know I didn't appreciate this is what you said and this is how it made me feel. And I'm just, being true to me. And that's it. And boop, God love you, Or you can let the other scenario happen where some healthy dialogue can happen and change can happen for both people. I definitely do not think that if the Lord has not told you, if the Lord himself has not told you to stay at that church and you are being hurt repeatedly, you need to roll. Like, ask God to take you somewhere where you can flourish, because if you're constantly being chopped down, again, God told me to go back to that church because I had something I needed to get. And there were some issues and things that I needed to deal with myself out of that situation. But trust, I would not be in the trenches if the Lord did not tell me to go. So pray. If the Lord is telling you this, if the Lord has not, old people say there's two things. You're going to either go or you were sent. You always want to be sent. So if the Lord has not sent you on to somewhere else, then you need to stay behind parts there and get what you need to get. Now, if the Lord is releasing you and you don't feel at all connected, there is no type of connection at all, and you're not receiving from God, you need to go. Like, that is your sign. It's time to go. So sometimes church hurt has its purpose. Not only does it grow us, but it can also move you on to something else. A situation that you would have probably stayed in had everything been good. You would have, stayed in that complacent area, and maybe God needs to grow you elsewhere. So, now to those of you, I'm going to end this video with this. To those of you who have been church hurt and you kind of walked out on God and the church, which happens, people do it in marriage all the time. I'm going to divorce you and the kids, not because I don't love the kids, but because this whole situation is painful. And I'm willing to sacrifice that, to keep myself sane and together because I couldn't handle it. Whatever. It is the same situation. People leave God and the church because they're that hurt. God still loves you. You're hurt and people hurt you. But God's love didn't hurt you. God needed to get something to you, and God still wants to love on you. God still wants to speak on you, and your value to God has not changed. So if you haven't been to church in a while, if you have reserves about church people, if you kind of like, I'm not so sure about the God thing, here's the beautiful thing. I think it's awesome when that happens. I know it sounds crazy, but I think church hurt is good, because church hurt, once you open up to let God do his heart surgery on you, not only does it become a testimony, not only does it become a point of learning, but it becomes your faith. Like, it becomes the true foundation of your faith. Like, nothing and no one can tell me that God isn't real. Like, nobody. Because of the experience with him that I had. There is no science. There is no mathematical application. There's no statistical anomaly that can explain the things that God has done himself standing upright in my life. You can't explain that away. And so, although I hear people, oh, I'm an atheist, I hear you, and I understand how that could be believable. I got you. But for me, I have experienced enough of God to know that he is real, alive, and well, and does want the best for me, and he wants the best for you too. So, I said all of that to say, you don't have to go to church, and you don't have to go back to that place that people hurt you to get healed, and you don't have to be around church people all the time to experience freedom. However, once God finishes his work in you, once you allow the light into that dark place in your heart and that place that's been damaged and vulnerable, he will draw you to people like him. And here's the thing. This is where you now can stand in your faith and say, you know what? When nobody else was around, when there was no tambourines and an organ, God showed up for me. God stood up on my behalf. I know that God is real, alive, and well. No one can take that from you, no matter what church you're in. That is what's going to win souls and draw souls, just off of how you speak with conviction. You speak with passion. Like, let God in. Let God, but if you shut him out, open the door. He's not going to knock down the door because he's not a rapist. He's not going to force you to submit to him. He's not going to do that. Open up the door. Let him in. And I guarantee you that if you look back, if you really, really look back, well, did you really give him all? You know, that's a whole other thing. But did you really, really give him? I talk to people, some of my friends back home who, you know, oh, God failed me, whatever. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I need you to go to the bathroom, lock the door, stand in front of the mirror. Stand in front of the mirror. Look at yourself and say, did I do everything I could possibly do for God and he failed me? The answer is no. True story, the answer is no. Now, does that mean you're a hateful person? No. Does that mean you're a bad person? No. That just means God's still waiting. God is waiting. He's whenever you're ready to pick up where you left off, he's waiting. He's standing there with open arms, without condemnation, he's standing there with grace and mercy, ready to receive you, because it's about relationship. It's not about title. It's not about, it's about relationship. He wants relationship with you. He still wants relationship, and he is going to relentlessly until the end of your life come after you. He's going to constantly have people around you offering him and working on his behalf, and he's going to continue to work behind the scenes on your behalf because he wants relationship. He loves you just that much. He can't walk away from you. He's married to you. He's not going anywhere. So that's my thing. If you've walked away from God, if you've walked away from the church, and turn around. Just turn around. If you're looking for a savior, turn around. You're looking for a situation, he's right there. Just turn around. Turn around and say, hey God, here I am. Now what? Start there, one day at a time. Don't try and conquer, the whole world. One day at a time, experience him little bit by little bit, and he'll meet you right where you are. And when you seek him, you will find him. I'm telling you, you will find him. So, I'm definitely praying for each and every one of you who feel disconnected from God, or who are fearful, or even if you're serving God out of fear and out of tradition, that's also not what he's looking for. He wants real relationships. So I'm definitely praying for all of you. I'm praying for myself. And I need y'all to pray for me too. While we're putting our prayer requests, let me side note. Okay, so I'm not a jealous person. I'm just not, because I've had things come and go in my life. So things don't faze me. But there's a secret petition that I have before the Lord, and I've been praying about it, and nothing has come of it. But yet it seems like people who could care less about God, people who just, whatever, on a whim, are getting this secret petition that I have. And it's really, God? Really? Everybody but me? Everybody but me? Really? Everybody? The homeless dude on the corner, he getting into? Really? So this is what I feel. Sir, really, sir, you just leaving me hanging? Really? You just gonna do that? So, and I know he's not leaving me hanging, and I know he's never left me hanging, and I know that at any point in time I can look back on any situation where I felt like I was being left hanging, and really in the end, it was awesome, because God's promises are always yes, not right now, or I got something better, right? But just right now, y'all, I'm just when? I know you got it for me. When is it gonna be? Open the door, dude. So y'all pray for me, okay? Y'all pray that I keep it together, and that, until it's my turn, I stay intact and I don't go crazy, right? So, yeah, y'all pray for me, because it just feels like everybody else is getting what I wanted, and they didn't even want it for real. They ain't even want it for real. I wanted it for real. Sir, really? So, yeah, pray for me. And I'll pray for y'all too. So, I hope that I answered your question. It's 23 minutes. I said I would never make a 30-minute video. I'm almost there. So, anyway, another 30-minute video again, should I say, because I've made several. So, yeah, that's my answer about church hurt. I do believe it's real. I do believe there's healing from it. I do believe that you can grow from it. And I do believe you can bounce back from it. True story. Really true story. So, oh, and it's now viewer Q&A. Before it wasn't, but now people every day. So it's viewer Q&A now. So you can just send in your questions. If you want to remain anonymous, please tell me you want to remain anonymous, because if not, I'll shout you out. If you don't want to remain anonymous, then tell me your name and tell me where you're from, and I'll shout you out and answer your question. And I hope all things are well. Good to see you all again. And till next time, peace and hair grease. Peace and hair grease. One day I'm going to find something else that rhymes with peace, and I'm not going to say hair grease. Bye, guys.